Well, good morning again. This is Hero. This is a olive, the wild olive. We call it wild because it just grows out amongst the oaks. Anyway, it's in the middle of summer. We just went through sort of extreme heat wave. Olives have no problem with the heat. They actually love it. You can see that all these spiky things that came out probably in the last month or so. And so what I thought I'd do is to go ahead and prune. Naturally, these get removed first, right? Because they should not be there at all. And then we'll do the top. This has been growing in full sun and will go back to full sun, so we will not be doing too many extreme things to it. Well, a lot of what we do in bonsai is not all that artistic, right? I mean, when we're styling it is, but most of the time it's just busy work. Doesn't take a whole lot of creativity to do this part, right? And just keep whacking it back so we don't have all this growth down here. That bonsai has kind of hit mainstream, and I've seen bonsai in the backdrop of the other day I was watching NCIS Hawaii, and there was one that they were working on. I even saw King of the Hill. Bobby was doing bonsai in the closet. I don't know. I guess it's quite a popular hobby for a lot of new people. And then, I think I've talked to you before, but during the pandemic, I guess people watch Mr. Miyagi and the Karate Kid, and so I had a lot of new people interested in this new art form. Okay, see? So now all these gonna pop again. If this was getting ready for a show or something like that, I would go in and clean these up. But that takes a lot of time, careful pruning, right? So it's good enough. And that's what you got to do when you're in this business with still over 2,000 plants. You as a hobbyist and you had nothing better to do, then you could go ahead and take your time and get all that done. But for me, it's about good enough. So the rest of it is like this. All the things that came out in the last month or so just get cut back. And I was thinking, okay, now the art of bonsai, we have different stages, right? And so to get to this stage takes skill and artistry. But once you have it done like this, the maintaining is relatively easy. So people can actually purchase a nice bonsai and should be able to keep it up. But trying to get to this stage where it takes many decades, it does require a lot more knowledge. And I think some people, no matter how long they stay with this art form, they don't have the eye for the art part. I found that with my group. I mean, we're looking at some of the best minds, right? They've been very successful in their business and this and that, but not everybody have the eye. Well, thank goodness they found me. So anyway, we have a lot of fun. And I think that's the other thing about bonsai. It's very personal. Even if you don't get it perfect, that's okay if you enjoy the process. And if you're not going to enjoy the process, do something else. That's why my group been together so long. They know they're not gifted, but they enjoy the company of each other, working on the projects. So the camaraderie, sharing ideas, being funny with each other. Well, sarcastic is more like it, but hey, it's all in good humor. I think I told you in the past, I wanted to be a great teacher. And I was thinking about my students. This was a few years back. And I said, you guys are depressing me. And he says, why? Because you guys are not making any progress. You know what their answer was? They say, Hiro, we pay you every year, so shut up. Which is true. I mean, they pay me every year for these classes, fun classes that we hold. And I do get paid every year. So whether they make a lot of progress or not, it's okay. And they really do enjoy the company of each other. That was one of the things I was thinking, gee, what am I going to do if I do get rid of the nursery? Am I going to keep the classes? Well, I think that little trip to Montana has convinced me I should just wish for 2-3 nice trips a year and just keep this business and keep going, and then keep the classes. Unfortunately, the class is getting smaller. My friend Chuck, right? Well, he passed away suddenly. And then, over the years, lost some really nice, close friends. Well, they were just students or customers, but, over time, you become friends. And that's one of the sad part. Oh, I was thinking, Julie and I was in school together, and then with the events and things like that, I met her mom. Well, I used to visit her occasionally if I was still down in the San Bernardino area. And she made this one comment. She goes, my friends don't come around anymore. Well, this lady, she was healthy and she lived to be 101. Well, when you live that long, of course you're not going to have as many friends coming by to visit. So anyway, I was thinking about that as the sort of the kind of the, I guess it's a humor, but I don't know. Health is important, and I'm trying to keep myself as healthy as I can. But I think quality of life is just as important. I don't want to just be alive. I want to be alive and doing things. And I think, this bonsai lend itself to that. Well, as soon as I get rid of a little more of these bigger bonsai, that'll be even better. And then, I've been working on the ishizukuri, right? And I think that's going to really take off. at the point now, I think I'm getting close to 800 done, and I wanted to wait till I got 1,000 before I started marketing, but I'm running out of hiding space, so I'm going to start selling soon. Anyway, so much for my paid announcement. See? Okay, now we're, I think, good to go. I think this one too, if it was somebody that's going to take it to more the Bay Area, I could open it up more. But I feel more comfortable leaving all those in place. But you can see that it does look like a bonsai. So, yeah, I think, well, you know what happens is every time I get to the editing, I go, why did I leave that branch? Okay, so this is a double trunk wild olive that got pruned in almost middle of the heat wave. So this should not have any problems burning, going back into the full sun area. So anyway, hopefully you enjoy watching this process. This is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter.